Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do a middle part sew-in with minimal leave out on my lovely client. If you want to see how I achieve this style, keep watching. So first you're going to want to make sure you start off with a clean head, freshly blow dried, washing all that good stuff. I go ahead and section off her leave out, the little bit of edges that would probably pull if I decided to grip them up. I don't like putting tension on people's edges. Now, most people do the up and down braid pattern. I do that braid pattern also, but I also make sure I put my security braids, is what I call them, which is 2 braids going around the leave out and then 2 braids going around the perimeter of the whole head to the bottom of their nape. Once you have finished braiding your 2 security, well, not 2, but once you finish your security braids, which is your perimeter braids, you're going to go in and start braiding the hair that's inside of the braids that you just did. I always pull up the perimeter braid into whatever braid it's the closest to, if that makes sense. You can see that I already pulled it up. It was pulled into the first braid that I did outside of the security braids, but now you're going to go on and just braid down, braid down, braid down. And as you get to halfway down the braid, you're going to pull the previous braid up into the braid. If that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, just comment and below an attached video of me braiding slowly so that you can see basically how I braid for my sew-ins. As you get towards the middle of your client's head with the braids you're doing, you're going to end up pulling those 2 braids that are around the leave out into the braid, as well as the previous braid that you just did. It's kind of hard to explain how to braid for a sew-in. It's really like more of a watch kind of thing, unless the person is beside you that you're teaching. But I'm just gonna make another video of me basically braiding very slowly so that you can see what I'm doing. A lot of people think that this braid pattern is kind of complicated, but it's really not. Now it's time for the time that all clients hate. Most of my clients hate wearing a net because they can't scratch their scalp. But if you want to sew in that's going to be durable for however many months you want to keep it in, I'm going to use a net. Regardless of whether you want a net. If you don't want a net, please don't come to me. I'm sorry to say it. Call it rude, call it whatever you want to, but I have things that I require with my work. Like I know things that I know work with the way that I do hair. So a net is one of them, and that's just that. Now y'all probably saw me using that flat iron, right? So the trick with the flat iron is if you have a client with like super thick wefts, or either you just wanted to lay the tracks real flat iron them tracks. It is hot. Flat iron the wefts. I'm trying to tell you, how your flat iron are real high. It won't melt the wefts, but it'll loosen up the thickness of it, and it'll make it very easy for you to sew in. So when you see me pull out that flat iron and ain't no hair even installed yet enough to flat iron, that's what I'm doing. I'm just thinning the wefts out, and these wefts weren't even thick, but that's just a natural thing that I do. I flat iron the wefts to make it easier for me to install. Now, everybody knows I double weft. Well, if you don't know, you don't know. I double weft until I get to the top of the head. Now, what you're going to see is that I'm double wefting, but instead of me taking 2 whole tracks to the front of her head, I let one of them go, which is the one that's on top, and I sew the bottom track down to the front of her head. You'll get a better view on this side, but watch. You're going to watch me sew until about her ear, and that's when I drop the top track. And you see me just sewing down the bottom track. You see? And then I fold it back over, stitch real good right there, because that's where it's really important that you stitch good right there. And you're not even going to see me pick up the top track again, because it's covered up by the track that I was sewing down in the front. But basically, you don't want to double weft in the front of your, like, around your client's edges, because it creates bulk. And then only way I would say that you can double weft, and I still wouldn't double weft around the edges, is if you're going to cut the tracks. But like I said, I still don't recommend that people double weft at the edges. I would say like an inch and a half away from the edges. Stop double wefting. And this is another thing I like to do. I like to go in and flat iron the roots of the tracks as I sew in, so that when I go into curl, especially if somebody didn't pay for curls and I just want to go ahead and curl them up, I'll um I'll flat iron it, in between as I'm sewing it in, because it makes it easier to curl in the end, because I can just grab a chunk of hair and curl it and give them some cute loose curls with no problem. But it's kind of hard to run through and give somebody some curls if the hair isn't pressed out good enough in the, like, in the roots. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to curl hair in a body wave state. You kind of want to press it out a little bit and then you go ahead and curl it. So you can see now that I have actually let go of the second weft and I'm single wefting. It's always best to single weft at the top, because it'll make it as flat as possible. You don't really want all that bulk at the top. I only double weft in the back to make sure I use just about all of their 3 bundles that they give me. So this is the time to single weft, and actually this is the time where I actually start cutting tracks. I don't cut nowhere but when I get to the top. Alright, now that we're done sewing, I was going to go in and press the top of her hair out very good, because the better the press, the flatter the install, in my opinion. But of course, your install got to be right first. But now we're going to go ahead and then curl. I'm using my Paul Mitchell smooth something flat irons. I don't know what they're called. They're like $80, but I got them on sale for 50, and I didn't even know. But they're like really good on natural hair and really good on curls. So the blue flat irons I was using, everybody know those OGs. Those are baby blue flat irons. They has hate, but it's okay because they work very good. I got those from actually Cosmo Proof, but I know they sell them at Ulta. I actually got these flat irons from Cosmo Proof too, but I think they sell them at Ulta too. But if not, you know everything is on Amazon. And if you ain't got Amazon Prime, I don't know what you doing with your life because you tripping if you ain't got Amazon Prime. So now I'm just going in and curling. A trick that I also do with doing some quick curls is that I always pin curl the. I guess I would say it's not even a bang, but I pin curl the two tracks at the top to create a layer that's not really there, and it also holds the curl longer. Look at that press. That hot comb came from Amazon. It's the Andis hot comb. So a lot of people scared of hot combs, but that one is actually not that scary. It's actually a little bit more comfortable for people who are scared to use a stove hot comb. I have a stove hot comb. I just don't like it no more. It's just not my thing. Everybody knows it's the good edge control is Ebon. If you ain't trying to spend that money on that Hicks, go ahead and get that Ebon. But I'm done with my install. Only thing I have to do now is tie her hair down to, mush all the products in to make her hair like really flat. This is the trick, y'all. I have so many tricks. Like I'm so excited about all the tricks that I can share with y'all. But I feel like a lot of people do these, but some people just don't. So if you don't do it, try it. Can't knock it till you try it. I bet you'll love it after you try it. Drum roll, please. Y'all see how flat her hair look? Like period poo. That's what everybody say. I hate that period. Yes, period. Like period with a T. What's so in? What's so in? No, I'm playing. Y'all like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.